Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. In this video, we are going to analyze Tensor and its token TAO. None of the content is financial advice. Let's get started. Right now, the price of TAO is at around $283. Again, it comes as no surprise that it has been rallying over the last 7 days, up by about 14.4%. Market cap above, slightly under 3 billion now, but still, in terms of tokenomics, almost 50% or little over 50% is already in circulation, does have a similar number of tokens as Bitcoin, 21 million, out of which 10.5 million are in circulation. As this number approaches 70%, the impact of any divergence between the market cap growth and the price growth gets minimal. That means whatever happens to the market cap gets reflected well in the price. So this is the again this, the detailed view under the coin market cap uh, analyzer. You have a trading view chart that you can load on that one to do some brief technical analysis. The 20-week simple moving average for BitTensor is at around $337. Again, price is below the 20-week simple moving average. Again, whenever historically speaking, this token, whenever the price was below 20-week simple moving average, it was a decent accumulation territory for BitTensor. Again, accumulating below the purple line over here, not the worst idea considering the amount of volatility this asset has had since its launch in 2023. So where are we right now in terms of the coin market cap based ranking? It's ranked number 34. You can check out the token unlocks over here to see if there is some non-linearity in the token unlock in terms of the number of tokens getting unlocked. Again, and not a set schedule over here, but historically speaking, again, whenever the price versus market cap analysis we do over here, again, this is the market cap chart, this is the price chart. Again, for sake of simplicity, we'll look at this view at last 1 year. This is the market cap sideways action from the lows of about 1.7 billion to the highs of about 5 billion. The price again essentially doing one and the same, from the lows of about 183 to the highs of about 480. So almost in terms of the return, or from the peak to high performance over the last 1 year, it's little under 3x in both case, from the 183 to 500. Again, if it were 540, that would be exactly 3x. Similarly, the market cap, again, if it were from that 1.7 1.6 1.7 billion, if it were to be exactly at around 4.5 billion dollars, it would have been a 3x. So market cap grew more than 3x, but the price grew less than 3x. Again, the only reason being there are more tokens getting unlocked and being part of the circulating supply. And as and when that, again, it's not financial advice, it's just logical to say that the tokens which have a lot of unlocks yet to be done, and again with not that set unlock schedule, the impact of newer tokens on the price action again gets suppressed by new supply getting released all the time. But looking at that 60 to 70%, again 70% being the better indicator, when and if the token supply is more than circulating supply, that is more than 14 million or like 14.5 million, that makes the most amount of sense to look at this asset in terms of an aligned growth between the price and the market cap. Right now, if we were to look at the technical levels in slightly better detail, whenever this again, this is the Fibonacci levels drawn from the 2024 high to the 2025 lows. This asset was not around in the 2022 bear market. So 2026, if 2026 is a bear market year, that would be the first bear market year for BitTensor. So what is the support right now, or the key level to accumulate is below the price action of 0.23 fib level. Again, this red zone over here, that's where DCM has had made the most amount of sense since December 2023 essentially. Again, if you were to extrapolate it backward, um, then you would find that anytime the price has been below the 0.23 fib level, which is at around $300 or so, that was historically speaking a great buy zone. Again, in the short term, if there is a continuation of this rally, the 20-week simple moving average, as mentioned earlier, at around $325 over here, that $326 over here, that makes the most amount of sense to see if there is some resistance at those levels. Again, price for this kind of assets again does not stall at the 20-week. Again, there were a couple of examples where the 20-week simple moving average acted as a resistance, but recently in the rallies that go beyond 20-week simple moving average, they do touch the zero point 0.5 fib level at around $470. But before that, again, what has changed from in late April 2025 to now is that the 50-week simple moving average is at a much lower point at around $340. So in terms of the next Fibonacci based targets in a macro bull case in the next couple of weeks to months is at around $400. That's the 0.382 fib level, because any rally beyond that would require significant alt season that we haven't witnessed in 2025. The last major rally for Bit Tensor and token TAO came in December 2024, so little over a year ago from now. In terms of the longer term moving average, we don't have the first 200 weeks of data, as the asset is low is slightly new. It has not completed its first 4 years. That would happen only in late 2026, early 2027 for this asset. So we don't have that kind of a coverage. But what remains to be seen is in the next drop, again, if there is a series of lower lows, as you would look from, again, this is the momentum candle, so that let's toggle it to the regular candles to make some sort of a sense of where the closes are occurring. Again, from let's try to come at from January 2024. Again, if there is a series of lower highs and lower lows in late 2026, again, if you were to extrapolate it out as late as, again, August, September 2026, uh, that low on bit tensor, again, could be somewhere, again, as extrapolated from on this line, could go well into the lower 120s or even lower 110s, as this chart has provided some evidence that price again is making in or it is shaping up to be, again, some sort of a topping pattern. Again, if we ignore this area over here, again, the late December euphoria, and try to connect from, again, couple of points over here in March, and then again yet again in October, and then one more time in October 2025 and October 2024, you would get this channel over here again, where the peaks occur whenever the price is close enough to this white line over here. In 2026, that range is at around close to $420. Right now it's at around $490, but again, as you proceed into 2026, that lower that white line has a lower bound as well at close to $400. So that's the technical analysis. The lows in terms of bit tensor in 2026 could go per this channel at around 110 to 120. Coming back to the our own website, cryptoweeklies.com, the analysis over here help is done using other statistical measures such as time weighted average price for the asset. Again, ignoring a couple of days where the price just had an initial capitalization on those days, looking at this chart from the perspective whenever the price has been below the blue line, historically speaking, like the 20-week simple moving average, this blue line also acted as a great accumulation territory, where the price was in this purple shade or below the blue line. Historically speaking, not the worst time to DCA. That time weighted average price line for bit tensor again coincides with that uh, theory of about $308, like we discussed in terms of the technical analysis, that $308 over here time weighted average price is at around 307.9, almost rounding off at $308. So two different models which do not talk to each other are pointing to a similar line in sand for bit tensor. Again, this comes with a caveat that tensor bit tensor and its token TAO has not witnessed a typical bear market in the crypto bear market years like 2018 and 2022. So that remains to be seen. Whereas the overall risk of accumulation in this, again, the wider market over here, the wider crypto market has not completely entered the bear market like it did back in 2022, where the bull market completion was less than 20% again, or the color code over here was in this blue zone where the entire asset class was flagging low risk environment. Like till the last point where we were here was in November 2024. Since then, a lot has changed. If you check the SMA risk for major assets such as Bitcoin or ETH for that matter, so the November 2024 was the last again stop before the train went into this highest risk territory in terms of the price as well as the SMA risk over here. So that was again a different story back in 2024. Now, if you were to look for any bear market bottoms for 2026 and try to come up with BitTensor and its token TAO related analysis, again, as the price is slightly below the time weighted average price, the time weighted average price risk has gone down quite a bit. The bear case established per the three different models that we have: the SMA model, the time weighted average price model, the regression risk model, says that the base bear case, that is without any major panic, the price could go up about 32% low at around $190 in this if the bear market were to have a non-panic bottom. If there is a panic bottom, then again the drawdown could be close to 46% and the price could bottom out at around $152. That's slightly more optimistic than the technical analysis that we did. In terms of what could happen in the next bull run, again, not the current one, the next bull run, that is in let's say per the 4-year market cycle theory, if there is a bull run in 2028 2029 like we had in 2024 and 2025 for certain assets in the asset class, the base peak forecasted in that scenario is at around 2x or 2.3x of the current price at around $675. The bull peak is at around $790, which is about 2.8x of the current price. And the moon case, that is if everything lines up perfectly with the risks topping at where they were supposed to top out at, then in that stretch goal, the price could of a bit tensor and its token tau could be at around 1100, which is about a 4x of the current price. With that, I would like to conclude. Hope you enjoyed the content. Again, the first intermediate target for bit tensor and token tau is at around $326 to $328, the line in sand for accumulation per this model, again with the caveat that this is bit tensors arguably the first bear market. Any price below $308, with that caveat, historically speaking, has been in a decent buy zone. And again, the stretch goal for any shorter term rally is at around $400. And in the next bull run, if everything goes well, the uh, the 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 case for BitTensor making a new all-time high is also again kind of a valid one. And if there is a macro high, then the $1,100 to $1,200 becomes the most logical target. That is again coinciding well with the 1.618 fib level. With that, I would like to conclude. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give a like and subscribe, and check out all of the videos either on this YouTube section of the website, or again keying in crypto weeklies on YouTube again to check out all of the predictions made over the course of the last 3 years on the channel. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.